Hello everyone and welcome back to Bobo, the channel where we share simple and interesting knowledge all about cats. Today we're going to talk about something that many cat owners experience, especially late at night. Picture this: you turn off the lights, you lie down to sleep, everything in the house becomes quiet, and then suddenly your cat starts meowing. Maybe it's a soft little call, or maybe it's a loud, demanding yowl. They start walking around the house, calling out again and again and again. You might lie there in the dark and wonder, why does my cat only do this at night? Are they bored? Is something wrong? Well, today we're going to explain everything calmly and clearly, so you can understand why nighttime meowing is common, natural, and usually not a big problem. Let's get started. First, and this is the most important reason of all, it comes down to instinct. Cats are naturally more active at night. To be precise, they are crepuscular, which means they are most active during twilight hours, so early in the morning right before sunrise and late in the evening right after sunset. In the wild, this is the prime time for cats to hunt, when their prey is also active and the low light gives them an advantage. Even our cozy indoor cats still have this powerful internal clock ticking away inside them. So just as you're winding down and getting ready for a long night's sleep, your cat's energy levels might just be starting to peak. They aren't trying to wake you up. They're just waking up themselves, following a biological rhythm that's millions of years old. The second reason is that nighttime is quiet, and this makes cats more vocal. Think about it. During the day, your house is filled with sounds, the TV is on, people are talking, there's music, traffic outside. But at night, all of that disappears. Everything becomes calm and still. This quiet environment makes your cat's voice much more noticeable. Sometimes they might meow simply because they can hear themselves so clearly. The silence makes them feel alert, and they might just want a little interaction. Plus, in a quiet house, their voice travels much further, making it a very effective way to get someone's attention, which brings us to our next point. A lot of nighttime meowing is purely for attention. At night, you're finally still. You're home, you're in bed, and you're not distracted by work, chores, or your phone. From your cat's perspective, this is the perfect time to communicate. They see you lying there, a captive audience, and they think, finally, my human is available. Their meows can mean a variety of things. Pet me, play with me, or simply, hey, notice me, I'm here. They've learned that a nighttime meow often gets a response, even if it's just you telling them to be quiet. To a cat, any attention can be good attention. Now, let's talk about boredom. If your cat spends most of the day sleeping without much stimulation, they build up a huge reserve of pent-up energy. When night falls, all that energy needs to be released somewhere. Meowing can become their way of letting off steam, a vocal expression of their excitement and restlessness. It's also a direct invitation to play. This is incredibly common in indoor cats who don't have the natural outlets for their energy that outdoor cats do. They can't go chase mice or patrol their territory, so they might try to start a game of chase the human SV under the blanket instead. A little playtime before bed can make a huge difference here. Next up is hunger. Cats are creatures of habit, and they have excellent internal clocks, especially when it comes to food. They remember their feeding times very well. If your cat is used to getting late-night snacks or a very early breakfast, they might start meowing at night in anticipation of their next meal. To your cat, nighttime is still active time, so it makes perfect sense to them that it might also be eating time. Their meow is a gentle, or not so gentle, reminder that their food bowl is looking a bit empty and it's about time you did something about it. Loneliness can also make cats more vocal at night. Some cats, especially those who have a very strong bond with their humans, don't like being alone. During the day, you might be around, or there's enough activity to keep them occupied. But at night, when you're asleep in a separate room, they can feel isolated, bored, and unstimulated. In these cases, meowing is their way of trying to reconnect with you. They're calling out to make sure you're still there, looking for a little bit of comfort and reassurance. This is especially true for single cats in a household who don't have another feline companion to interact with. As cats get older, they often meow more at night. This is a common change in senior cats. It can happen for several reasons. Their senses might be declining, so they could have reduced vision or hearing, which can be disorienting in the dark. Older cats can also experience a form of cognitive dysfunction, similar to dementia in humans, which can lead to confusion, especially at night. They might call out because they feel lost or anxious and are looking for reassurance from you. It's important to remember that this isn't bad behavior. It's a form of communication rooted in their changing needs. Patience and a vet checkup are key here. Stress or a change in their environment can also significantly increase night meowing. Cats are very sensitive to their surroundings and routines. A recent change like moving to a new home, bringing a new pet or a new person into the house, or even just changing your work schedule can cause them a lot of stress. Nighttime, being quiet and still, often gives them the space to process and express these emotions. Their meows might be a sign of anxiety or insecurity as they try to adjust to their new reality. Providing a stable, predictable routine can help them feel more secure. So, with all that said, when should you be concerned about nighttime meowing? Most of the time, as we've discussed, it's completely normal. However, you should pay close attention if the behavior changes suddenly. If your normally quiet cat suddenly becomes extremely vocal at night, or if their meows sound distressed, pained, or different from usual, it's worth investigating. Also, look for other behavioral changes. Are they still eating and drinking normally? Are they using the litter box correctly? A sudden drastic change in vocalization combined with other symptoms could be a sign of an underlying medical issue, and it's always a good idea to consult a vet to rule anything out. Remember, the change in behavior often matters more than the volume of the meow. So, what does all this nighttime meowing really mean? At its core, it's a combination of natural instinct, a release of energy, and a clear form of communication. It's your cat's way of expressing their needs, whether it's for food, play, comfort, or attention. Your cat is not trying to annoy you. They are not being dramatic or misbehaving on purpose just to disturb your sleep. They are simply following their instincts, releasing their energy, and talking to you in the only language they know. So the next time you are woken up by your cat's meows in the middle of the night, take a moment and remember this. They are not being bad. They are just being cats. With a little understanding, patience, and maybe some adjustments to their daily routine like more playtime in the evening, nighttime meowing often becomes much easier to manage. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more simple and interesting cat knowledge, don't forget to subscribe to Bobo for more cat behavior explained. And feel free to share this video with other cat lovers who might be losing a little sleep. We'll see you in the next one.